The type of music a baby is exposed to can alter her mood. Fast music will stimulate and excite her. Music that is closest to the natural sounds and rhythms of the human voice, such as classical or choral music, will have a sedating, calming effect. If she hears the same music over and over again, she may even be able to remember it. At 33 weeks, the fetus may recognize a particular piece of music and can even jump in time to it. In one study, babies were repeatedly exposed to a particular TV soap opera theme during pregnancy. After birth, when the same music was played to them, these babies became alert, relaxed, and would stop crying. Babies that had not been exposed to the music in the womb would show no reaction at all to the same piece of music. For the researchers conducting the experiment, this was evidence of long-term memory at work before the baby is born.
The little dog laughed, the diddle, a cat and the dish ran away with the spoon. Hey diddle diddle, the cat laughed, the diddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The cow jumped over the little dog laughed.
In a similar experiment, mothers would repeat a children's rhyme each day during the final month.
The cow jumped over the dish ran away with the spoon. The little dog laughed to see such fun. The cow jumped over the moon. Hey diddle diddle.
At the end of the experiment, a recurrent decrease in fetal heart rate showed that the fetus had become familiar with this particular rhyme, as opposed to similar rhymes they had not heard.
The cow jumped over the moon.
Some scientists argue that there is very little difference between the brain of a newborn baby and that of a 32-week-old fetus. Where once it seemed that the mental development of a baby began at birth, now it appears birth could be a relatively insignificant event in developmental terms. She may have to support herself after birth, but as for the process of thinking, learning and remembering, she will already have been hard at work for 3 months, and her brain will continue to grow at the same rate for the next year.
That's what little boys are made of.
The final phase of pregnancy is a demanding one for the mother. Many women feel uncomfortable during the last couple of months. The weight of the baby, together with pressure on the spine and a battle for space, can all cause back and legs to ache. She may be feeling anxious about the birth and is likely to feel breathless as her lungs struggle to absorb 20% more oxygen than normal. One of the things revealed by the 4D scans is the fact that babies have REM, rapid eye movement sleep, a period of sleep where the eyes flick around behind the eyelids. Later in life, we know this is an indication of dreaming. This gentle flicker of an eye could be a sign that the fetus, still with a month to go before even being born, is already dreaming. Though with such little life experience, it's hard to imagine what they dream about. Playing with their feet perhaps, or the gurgling of their mother's stomach.
And the disc ran away with the spoon. Rising over the moon. And the disc ran away with the spoon.
I don't usually look at these up sometimes. I'm coming down here.
Over the moon. And the disc ran away with the spoon.
But why? In adulthood, dreaming plays a vital role in allowing us to make sense of events around us and develop strategies to deal with the world. In a fetus, dreaming, however simple the dreams, may be the crucial process that stimulates the brain to grow and develop. Sleep deprivation in a fetus or a newborn baby can seriously impair brain development. In just over 8 months, the brain has grown approximately 100 billion neurons, with 100 trillion connections. The brain and head have grown as big as they can in the womb and still be able to squeeze through the mother's pelvis. The fetus could quite happily survive if born any time from about 35 weeks, even without much medical help, although the longer she stays inside, the healthier she will be at birth. The mother is likely to be getting increasingly uncomfortable. Having begun as a single cell, the baby is now cramped and heavy. She is also a considerable drain on her mother, and in putting on fat is taking more resources than the mother can provide. It's time to emerge. The countdown is on. It's impossible to tell when the baby will be born exactly. Only 5% of babies are born on their due date. The rest can emerge any time 2 weeks either side of that. The mother is kept guessing and waiting for signs. The first contraction of the uterus, or the breaking waters as the amniotic sac ruptures. Nobody knows exactly what initiates labor, but it's the baby's lungs, together with the placenta, that are the key to the timing. When the lungs are mature, they secrete a protein into the amniotic fluid, which alters the placenta's production of hormones. It slows the release of progesterone and triggers the release of a new hormone, oxytocin, which kick-starts the contractions of the uterus wall, and labor begins.